Okay, so today we're going to be replacing the upholstery on the armrest of a 2004 Buick Sabre, however you pronounce it. Two tools you'll need is two screwdrivers or a screwdriver and a knife. That's what I use. So what you want to do is pull up this. You'll notice this trim piece, and you need to pull this up. And the way that you'll do it is by creating a space on the inner side of this plastic piece, and then prying up, and that will bring it up. So the back side is fairly simple, but in the front you have these buttons which you kind of have to get around, and unfortunately there's no good way to do this, but if you leave the buttons out, you can kind of pry this fastener up and up enough to be able to pull the fabric off. So this is quite challenging, and just be careful you don't break anything, because this is plastic. So then after that, you have this button here, and it's in the way, especially when trying to put new fabric on. So what you'll need to do is come to the back side, and there's this plate here, and it's held in, if you come to look at it, it's held in by these little teeth. And yeah, if you want to zoom in here, I'll point with the screwdriver. But this right here, it comes through and snaps. Now, this side, of course, does not have the button. Here you have the button, and it's really hard to get at. Over on this side, you can see the other side of it, the other side of the tooth. So what you'll want to do is I use two screwdrivers, or screwdriver and knife, and you kind of pry it up and push on the other side. But for sake of time, I'm just going to do this other side. I'm just going to remove this other side. Just to, yeah. There we go. Okay. Now, I only removed one side because the other side was giving me a lot of trouble, and you don't have to remove both, but it does make it a little easier, I would say. Now inside, the button, it looks like this, and it has this little tab which springs up. So when these are inserted, that keeps the button from coming out. So and of course it would be in there like this. So that keeps the button from coming out. Now what you need to do is push that tab down in order to remove the button. And you just do it by using a screwdriver. You want to be careful again not to break the plastic. Another thing that you want to be careful about is there's these springs which help keep the button depressed, and you just don't want to lose them. So there's the springs. Now you can remove this trim piece. Again, just be careful you don't break it. And then you're basically down to the bare bones. And oh yeah, and now you can put this tray back in. You can reinsert this tray, or back plating, because what you're going to do when assembling it is you're going to take your foam and cloth, kind of tuck the cloth around the edge, then put this, press this into the groove, which holds the fabric. Then install your buttons, and don't forget your spring, because if you do, you have to do it all over again. So then yeah, the spring, the buttons, they just kind of slide in there and snap in place. And so that is basically how you replace the fabric for your armrest.